The word culture in German is said Kultur, culture en français. It's not a concept that has to do only with what most people, I think of, namely music, theater, cinema. I think it has to do with a mindset. It has to do with an exchange of ideas. It's a way of trying to interest people, particularly young people, to benefit from the inheritance of what generations before them, before us, have been contributing to the world.
I think there's enormous value in cultural exchange. Firstly, in conveying to the rest of the world that Canada has a vibrant arts and cultural life, and also enabling our artists to form relationships with other artists, with other promoters elsewhere in the world that can contribute to our arts and cultural life back at home.
Audiences around the world are all very different. It's really interesting to play sometimes the same music for a different audience. Now, it's always the case, even if we play in Toronto on a Wednesday and a Thursday and a Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday, every audience is different. But there's even more dramatic differences when you move from country to country, or even from city to city, and certainly from continent to continent.
I also like to think that Canada, being a New World country with strong roots in Europe, in the Old World, but being a very dynamic, multicultural society that it is now, we really bring a certain kind of example of what this, music from this culture can become in the New World.
And I think we bring a New World sensibility to our whole approach to music making too. We've been, many of us in the group, a long time, so we've built a certain musical quality. We have strong leadership from our music director, but she's allowed for a very collegial rapport both amongst ourselves and with her. So it's really like playing chamber music. And then we bring that very cohesive, very collegial entity to...
almost democratic.
Yeah, to the old world, and then we learn by playing in the old world, and we take that back to Canada.
In the beginning, in the first festival, we had this moment of the first applause, you see, which was overwhelming us, you see. And I heard sometimes from the Canadian musicians that the applause they get here in the church is even more intensive than in Canada itself, you see. So, and this applause is not usual here, because in churches, mostly we are not very open to the applause. You see, we are a little bit, how to say, discreet. You see, on it, but the people are so overwhelmed by this music, so they give it out, and is this recognition of an high artistical performance, yes.
I think it's very valuable for the orchestra to travel around the world playing the music we play. Certainly when we go to Europe, we play in halls that were built at the time the music was composed and first performed, and those halls are very inspiring for us.
I think cultural exchanges are absolutely vital in our relationship. As a matter of fact, we call oftentimes, whether it's Tafelmusik or others, as the best ambassadors of Canada worldwide. Best ambassadors because, as ambassador, I think our main duty is to try to connect people.